Yeah, the Purge movies are known for being really scary and tough and crazy. What's so unique about the Forever Purge, the most recent one, which is my favorite Purge movie, is that the rules are out the window. So all the prior Purge movies, the Purge ended. And this movie, the siren goes off at 7 o'clock, but the Purge doesn't end. And I think that's the notion that you can't control anarchy or chaos. You can for a while, but eventually, if you crack the door to anarchy, anarchy's going to bust the door open, and that's what happens in this movie.
I feel like you guys have gone through so many amazing scares previously in the other purges. What excited you most about this next chapter?
One of the things that excited me most about this next chapter of the Purge, besides the fact that it's the first Purge without rules, is the setting of the Purge. It's almost a Western setting. It's not, all the other Purges have been urban or suburban, and this is really set in the West. And it's the cowboy version of the Purge, which I thought was really cool and I loved. Hence my hat.
It works out really well for the movie, I have to say. And you've been the shepherd of the Purge franchise. What has impressed you most about seeing the evolution of these movies and where it has ended now?
The thing that's most impressive about the Purge movies, to me, first of all, it's one of the only franchises where every movie, more people has outperformed the prior movie. So as we've gone and continue to make the movies, more people have seen each one than the prior one, which is almost never happened in a franchise before. I don't know of any franchise that's happened. So that's one thing. And the second thing that's impressed me about the movies and the franchises, James DeMonaco, who's written all the movies, kind of has an ability to see the future, and he tackles these issues, which might not be a big deal when he's writing the movies, but by the time the movies come out, the issues seem to be very front and center. And excuse me, I love that. I love that about the movies, and this movie is no exception.
Yeah, his vision is so incredible. Can you expand on that a little bit more?
Yeah, James DeMonaco had this cut someone off on a freeway in Staten Island. And that was and he said, I didn't kill that person. His wife was in the driver's seat. His wife said, you should make a movie about that. What if you could? What if you could get away with it? Now, James is a very peaceful fellow. He's very against revenge and violence. So he made the Purge movies as a cautionary tale, special about America's love of violence and guns. And he said, okay, well, let's take it a step further. And what if we had the Purge? And that was the birth of the Purge.
Amazing. And speaking of amazing talent that you have assembled, the cast is so good. Can you talk about them? They're so good.
Yeah, the cast of this Purge is particularly good. Our director, who we worked with on a television project, I loved, and he was very involved in casting the film. And he's obviously Mexican, and that's what the movie's about, this young Mexican couple who's the wall works two ways. So they're trapped in the country by the wall along with all their other fellow Americans. And I wanted the movie to feel authentic. And I thought our choice of director and then the cast that he chose really makes the movie feel very authentic.
It really does. It brings it to life. Makes it a little bit too authentic to me.
Maybe it's too authentic. It's too scary.
You've been at the helm of so many successful horror movies. What inspires you specifically to keep that intensity, those scares so fresh for the fans?
What inspires us at Blumhouse is trying to scare people in new and different ways. We don't always succeed, but one of the thresholds we have for deciding if we should do a movie is, have we seen it before? Does it feel original? It has to be great. It has to be scary. We have to all agree on that. But then we have to say, look around the room and say, hey, have we ever seen this before? And even within the movies within a franchise, this version of the Purge, we've certainly never seen before. So that's very important to me, is to try and keep the movies original and feeling new and different. And I think we succeed with the Forever Purge, on those two things.
So my last question is, I know there have been whispers about it. Is this really the end of the Purge movies? Do we know that for sure?
It's true. It's true. James, who wrote all these movies, is suggesting this is the last movie, but I will not accept that. So I'm going to try and get at least one more and maybe more out of him. So it remains to be seen as far as I'm concerned. I'm not willing to say this is the last one. Not quite yet.